Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a new season of Live with BaldyPal. Got my good old co-host Gary. What's up, Dixie Overland?
What's going on, Adam? How are you doing tonight?
Great, buddy. You need to, you got too much sunblock when you go to the beach. You need to get a little pasty there.
Yeah, apparently so. I don't know. It's like, I really thought that this light, which is just normal light, would be fine. But yeah, I look like I'm in like some 1930s movie right now.
Yeah. If you got controls on your mic, turn your mic down just a little bit. Just a tad, bud.
I gotcha.
I also want to introduce to everybody the new second co-host to the show, Miss Rachel Strickland. How are you tonight?
I'm digging the 40s movie vibe. Like, it's turning classic movies. I love it. I'm like looking for the werewolf though.
yeah, it's about to come out.
Werewolves and vampires. It is about to be Halloween. And talking about Halloween, how about the special guest for tonight? We got Chris, Flip the World.
What's going on, everybody?
How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining us.
I am doing great. Excited to be here.
Is that a bowling ball or a balloon?
I wish it was
that?
A globe?
That'd be a wicked
No,
bowling
it's
ball.
just it's like a Halloween decoration that I just keep up year round.
That is awesome.
Chase the
I
kids
did
around
once have a bowling ball that had a skull in it, and I sold it for $85.
Oh, that's awesome. That reminds me of the movie Kingpin.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to keep it just for the sheer sake of displaying it somewhere, but I wanted the $85 even more.
Oh, for sure.
Fair.
Excellent. I appreciate everybody who's joined us tonight. The chat is screaming already. Thank you to those who have shown up. Hey, we're going to be interviewing Chris tonight. If you got questions, throw them in the chat. We'll get to them as best we can, but I expect this conversation to be super keen tonight and awesome. First off, Chris, I wanted to say it was a pleasure meeting you at FlipCon, in person, man.
You were the first person.
That was awesome, man. And you were talking about doing a spicy heat contest. What was that, man? Are you crazy or something?
So kind of like if you've ever seen the YouTube channel Hot Ones.
Yeah, man.
Where the guy does wings and they progressively get hotter interviewing celebrities. So I love spice. I literally eat hot sauce every day, like some type of hot sauce.
I can't understand how anyone would voluntarily put that kind of stuff in their mouth.
Yeah, you see, I got my one chip already for this year up on the wall. I already did that on Instagram Live. That was a horrible idea.
Yeah. Have you ever eaten anything so hot it made you sick?
Yeah, everything that I did at FlipCon. I was.
Oh, really?
I was just dying in the hotel room, and then I had to get my flight was at 5, so I had to actually leave the hotel at 3.
Yeah. Christy was at FlipCon. Got to meet Rachel and me and you there. Good to meet you too, Christy.
I feel bad because like when so obviously I'm a crazy outgoing person, but when I don't have my sidekick, which is Stacy, I'm very like reserved and I'm a wallflower. So like for FlipCon, I just like held up against the wall and waited. I was like, well, people come to me, I'll talk to them.
I could understand that. I
felt real bad because a lot of people like I had wanted to meet and I didn't get to, I just like ate hot sauce and ran to my room.
Yeah, I don't think we even really got to talk, Chris. And I was telling my husband that I was like, I've still never really talked to Chris, and we get to interview him tonight, so this is gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I saw you during the hot sauce, and I was just like, afterwards, I'm not talking to anybody. I literally ran to my room and was just like, let me get all this nastiness out real quick.
Let me see if I can say hello to a few people in our chat. There's some new names here I'd like to say hello to. We got Melanie's here. Thanks for showing up. Gene Phillips. I think you know who that is, Rachel. Rachel's dad. Thanks for being here. We got Christy, Mom's Closet TX. That's Texas. I really believe that's Texas. Chris, isn't that where you are? Texas?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, anytime if someone's from Texas, they're going to put it somewhere. You're going to know.
Well, I'm proud of your state.
Yes.
Gary's from Alabama. He puts that nowhere. We got.
Well, I mean, would you?
We got Robert Upstate Scavenger. He was at the FlipCon too. Good to meet you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. And here we go. April Davis PI, new sub here. Came here to see Rachel.
Thanks, April.
I appreciate everybody sharing this on your Instagram feeds and your socials and bringing some new subs. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, April, for subbing. I do appreciate that. Anthony C. And what's going on? Well, hang out a little bit and you'll find out, my friend. Here's I Buy Chit.
Hey, he's a Texan, and it's nowhere in his username.
Oh, there you go.
Not yet.
I think he's the one that always does the like really, not to call him out, the really expensive super chats on Joey and Drew's thing. So that's kind of like a Texas flex. Like
yeah.
You spend somebody $100, just like, here's $100. Like, oh, that's Texas.
That's where all the oil comes from. You got the flexing to do. Lisa Phillips, is that your mom?
That's my mom.
There you go. She brought the whole family out tonight. John's here, Bama picking and grinning. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. Stacy Ann, how you doing?
That's Stacy. That's my better half.
That's your better half. All right, Stacy. Welcome to the show.
Everyone thinks she's not real.
I've seen her. She's real.
It's a growing conspiracy in the reselling community that she doesn't exist.
Christopher, Dragon Value Home is here. Waves to everybody. How you doing, buddy? Well, Drew just showed up to support. I think Rachel's family is here tonight. Stacy's here too for you. We got to get our wives on the show, Gary. We're kind of like lacking in the support here.
Yeah, I agree, especially mine after a few margaritas. So
well, maybe she'll 2 more and she'll just come in the background and start dancing.
Oh, she'll do more than that.
Get what we pay for, huh?
That's right.
Hey, Chris, you're being from Texas. I wanted to ask, what is the best picking to be done in your area? I think I know the answer, but I really want to know from you, from the horse's mouth. What's the best picking in your area?
So Houston, I'm going to say Houston just because we started out by going to the San Antonio bins because that was the only bins location. And that was a few years ago. And that was where I got the idea to start our YouTube channel. And it was literally just going to be called Bins Fights. And it wasn't even going to be about reselling or us finding stuff. I was just going to record all the craziness and just post it.
That's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
And Houston came out with one. And then within a year's time, especially even with COVID, they just kept opening. We now have 6 locations in Houston. So,
bins?
Holy cow.
Yeah. So we have more bins locations than any other state. Probably because we have more people and we have an abundance of just stuff everywhere.
That is insane. I have to drive 3 hours one way to get to one bin.
Oh no, we can actually walk to our closest one. It's not
get out. That's nuts.
And we could actually do a video where we do all 6 locations in one day.
Really?
But there are some locations they don't have what we're looking for. Like one does mostly hard goods. The one we go to is mostly shoes and jeans or clothing.
I would have anticipated that if you go to a bin store, you're going to be there for quite a while. So tell me, what's your average amount of time you spend in the bin store at one visit?
It's so horrible. So Stacy she'll stay there all day and just pick. Me, I get about an hour in, and then the people and I'm ready to go.
Ready to go, huh?
Yeah, I have to pack a lunch or snacks because I get not overwhelmed. It's just once I have what I need, I'm ready to go. I can always go back the next day. I could do like an hour a day and be fine. Just go get my number of listings that I need and then leave for the day. But we started doing live whatnots from the bins. So now we stay longer. So we'll get there around 9 and we leave around 2, which is about 4 hours too much for me.
that I gotta admit, when I first saw your video of you doing that, I thought that is genius.
It's genius until
is it working
catches
for you?
on or somehow it becomes a problem. Right now,
why would it become a problem? Like the Goodwill managers wouldn't.
I'm basically selling stuff that I don't own.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally just holding it up from the bins. I'm like, anybody want this? All right, let's start it at $1. No, okay.
I mean, our bins won't even let us wear cameras in the store.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. As there is more and more bins locations, states are cracking down on it, which I don't understand. Like 100% of the advertising for thrift stores, for Goodwill, for the bins, it comes from resellers that do the content, because no one that shops at these stores for like personal items is telling their friends, oh yeah, girl, I got this at the Goodwill, because there's still that stigma of wearing secondhand clothes. Only resellers are out there going, hey, this is awesome. You can do this for a living. So it brings people to the thrift. So why they would cut out free advertising boggles my mind.
Yeah. Gary can tell the story, but that's exactly what I was thinking whenever we had the grand opening of the bins here in Columbus. What happened, Gary?
Yeah, well, we were going in and we were deciding to film it, for your YouTube channel at the time. Well, I think we were still two dudes picking at the time.
Yeah.
So we were doing that, and we went in and we were basically talking about, okay, here's the new location. Here's some of the things that you can find. Here's sort of the environment. Because for us, it was the first time that we had a Goodwill outlet that was anywhere even close to us. And I had, I guess it was the VP of the area or something like that, came and tapped me on the shoulder while I was doing it. And he says, "Sir, you can't record." And I asked him straight up, I said, "Well, why not?" And, he really didn't have a good answer. He says, "It's just our policy," which is my favorite answer, right? It's just our policy. Yeah.
That's your go-to answer. It's your go-to BS answer
when you don't have an answer. And so I was telling him, I was like, "Look, well, we have a YouTube channel that, what we do is we promote different areas to thrift and find different things that you'll never know what you'll find here." And he just wasn't interested in that. He says, "Well, it's our policy. You just can't film." So I was like, "All right, well, whatever."
It was grand opening. We were ready to advertise for him.
That's not a Goodwill policy. You won't find any of that on their website.
Right.
That's just a personal manager on shift policy. Because anytime you step out of your home, and I think it's nationwide, it's called reasonable expectation of privacy, and you do not have it. Anywhere you go, you're on film, at the ATM, at the gas station, at Walmart. You're on at least 100 cameras everywhere you go at all times. Not some like conspiracy nut or anything, but it's reasonable expectation of privacy, which you don't have. So
that's actually, I used to want to be on the game show Survivor many years ago. I don't want to anymore, but I wish I could. But I looked into something similar to that, and it was anywhere in public. If a TV show was recording, you're game to be on the show. If it's a closed set, that's different.
That's when you have to sign the waiver if it's a closed set. That's how they get away with like filming movies, like in airports and stuff. They can have all those background actors that they don't have to pay because those are just real people.
Yep, that's absolutely right.
I feel like Goodwill's thing though is almost to satiate the Karen resellers that are like, "Don't tell anyone the bins exist," and as if people don't know, and so they're like, "Let's satiate them and say no filming."
Yeah. No filming whatsoever. But you know what? I film everywhere I go until somebody tells me not to film anymore, and then even then, I might still sneak it back on.
Yeah, I think I can see. I wear a chest mount when I film, which I'm. It's like wearing a sports bra on the outside of my shirt. I'm not a fan. It holds things up, and then it gets sweat lines, and it's gross. But I think
so you're not hiding it.
I think like the thing Dalton had at FlipCon. Like if somebody walked into the bins with that like gimbal looking thing, I could be, if I was a manager, I'd be like, "Hey, I don't want to be responsible when somebody knocks you over because I'm already responsible if these people start fighting."
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear about that one.
But another thing that I talk to people that they don't have, our bin locations actually have sheriff deputies, like bulletproof vest gun, like at the door.
Because there's so many fights?
No, we don't have any of that. And I think it's because they're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're there because there used to be fights, but now there's not any fights anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
And they're all cool with me. Like, I mean, we have managers that are like, "Hey, I'm transferring it to the new location that's opening. Can you come do a grand opening video for us?" So like, when I hear people say, "Oh, I can't even film at mine," I'm like, "God, I hope that never happens here."
Well, let's talk about for a second the things you find at the bins. You said you like to hold it up and do whatnot auctions. Do you do the same items on those whatnot auctions as what you take home to resell on your eBay store? Tell us about what you're looking for.
So for whatnot, since it's such a new beast, doing like I call it like a junk drawer auction it can be difficult because most people want to see like all shoes or all men's clothing or all women's clothing or all plushies or sports card.
Right.
So at the bins, the only really upside I have is we just do a bunch of random stuff. And if nobody wants it, I just throw it back. So it's not costing me anything. And then like some things will start hitting, and we've done like 7 now. So now people know that we do them, and they'll pop on and be like, "Hey, I know Stacy's looking right now while you're on here. Tell her any women's dresses. And so she sees that in the chat while she's digging, and she'll just start grabbing dresses.
Wow.
That seems to be working out well. And this year, I mean, I had heard about a lady who did Goodwill whatnots and was selling them before
Empty
she
Hanger
even buys
does.
them. But I don't know. I've never caught her on live, so I don't know. Does she? I have to assume she starts the price at the price on the tag and then just goes up from
No,
there.
so like I'm sure there's probably other people that do it, but Empty Hanger was doing it, and she was doing it like plus $2 or plus $3 for whatever it was, which makes sense because otherwise you're literally losing money after fees. You can't start it at the sticker price. That would be the same as like me starting stuff at $0. Like don't even start at $1.
Okay, that makes sense.
She would add like $3 to everything, and people would still bid it up to like $20-$30 for a dress that she's sitting at Goodwill, and you can see it's like $6. But I guess if they wanted it badly enough.
Yeah, I had the idea of telling Justin, the flipping accountant, I'm like, dude, do a whatnot live from the Walmart clearance section.
Oh, wow.
Just start it, $2 above whatever it is on the rack. Because, each location has different quantities. So let's say you sell whatever
Make it
on
Legos.
Amazon and he's
known for his Legos, isn't he?
Yeah. So that's all he really messes with. So let's say his location has, 30 of these things that some other reseller sells on Amazon that they can't find. Boom. They just buy them out completely.
So how do you advertise that? How do you, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? How do you set it up before you actually go in, not knowing what you're going to have in the show?
So I don't add anything to the store because you're supposed to like put a picture of your items and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that. Even when I was doing it at the house, I wasn't because it sounds like I'm lazy, but I already take all these photos for eBay. I'm not going to pull all this stuff and then take photos just for whatnot. So I just do it live. I just enter, hey guys, I'm going to do this right now. And while I'm talking, you guys are going to look up my nose because I'm entering it, and let's go.
Okay.
And I do everything.
I was just going to ask, what's your setup? I assume you do it all from a phone.
So there's a treadmill that's been in the back corner for a month and a half, and it has a cup holder facing out. So I just put my phone on it facing me, and I'm using that. Now, when they take that away or it sells, I have a phone thing with a grippy that you can like bend, and I'm just going to bend it around the shopping cart.
Are you getting flack from other shoppers? Like, people are at least side-eyeing you, right?
Apparently, I'm very good at like zoning out. Apparently, Stacy tells me, do you not see all the people that walk by you, like looking at you, like, what the hell is this guy doing? And I'm like, no, I literally am focused on basically, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, hey, that's me looking at me. And then I just make sure the item looks good and then trying to keep up with the chat. But so we usually try to get 2 carts if possible. One cart's for us, 1 cart's for whatnot. And usually we sell enough on whatnot to pay for both carts. And then all of our inventory is free. So everything we list is going to be free, 100% profit.
That is just genius.
So
I'm glad it's working out for you. I mean, clearly it is. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep doing it.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah,
but you are basically getting all your inventory paid for up front before you even walk out of the store. I think it's a brilliant idea.
The one we did yesterday, we did $260 on whatnot, and our total for everything, we got 109 pounds of clothing and plush and all that good stuff, was $168, I think.
Right.
Sure.
We're walking out in the green like almost $80, and then of course all of our items are free.
So I'm thinking what you need to do is you need to go ahead and purchase that treadmill so that it's yours.
Just leave it there.
Never pick it up.
Never pick it up.
Wait, is it a true treadmill? Like true brand? You need, like, if it's true brand, it may be worth flipping. You need to buy the treadmill and resell it locally.
Just resell it.
Like, those are expensive treadmills. Who's on your shirt, Chris?
Garth Brooks.
Nice.
The legend.
My buddy does a bunch of bootleg stuff, so he sends it to me. He's like one of my sponsors.
So that's bootleg. It's a good looking shirt. I like it.
Yeah.
Brooks.
It's from, it's a 90s design. He just redid it.
Okay. Well, I want to jump into a segment here that you actually showed off while you were at FlipCon. You put a video out while we were at FlipCon, and it is, I got a hairy tornado tattoo. If you guys have not seen this, I wanted to show it off for everybody.
I can do better than that.
Oh, is he about to show it?
There. He's going to go live with it.
He's going to go live with it.
I thought it was on his arm at first.
Solo layout.
No.
There it is, right there.
Got you, Harry.
Woo!
Nice. I love the quote on there.
When I first got it, the artist didn't put the quotes. And I was like, no, you got to put the quotes, or it's like I'm saying love him so much.
Right. Yeah, love you so much. Excellent. So I got to ask, is is he holding something with the tornado and the HT, or is that his own tattoo on his belly?
No, it's supposed to be like he's holding up a sign, like a Harry Tornado logo.
That's what I thought at first, but then I kept staring at it for some reason because it just like I couldn't look away.
No, yeah, like it could have like put little like nipples and it looked like he's wearing a really short short and that's just his stomach.
Goodness. Or a belt buckle.
Yeah.
And I think the best part is, and you can't see it in this picture, the best part is you actually got Josh to add something to it there at FlipCon, right?
Yeah, so that was the fun part. So I had most of the footage done. But then, of course, when I got there, I was like, hey, man, I want to do this thing. I kind of let him know, like, hey, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to reveal it to you there, and I'm going to need some help. And he's like, okay. Man. He's like, message me when you get there. I was like, man, I know you're going to be busy. You're going to be running around with chicken with your head cut off. But I messaged him, and he literally just, like, disappeared from doing his job and came up to my room and took my GoPro and just like a pro. I just sat there and watched him like he was recording and doing all this stuff. And then I did my part where I just gave him a Sharpie. I was like, hey man, can you autograph it? Like, cause what a lot of people do that have tattoos, that is a gigantic.
Gary just got a refill. Did you see that?
I completely just saw you grab your drink and I was like, whoa.
It's like the heavens from above opened up.
A lot of people get like artists to sign their tattoo and then they'll like go get that signature tattooed.
Yeah.
And so that was what I was going to try and lead up to in the video, but I actually just brought my tattoo equipment with me and I had it underneath a towel on my desk in the hotel room. And after he signed it, I was like, yeah, I got a shower tonight, so that's going to wash off. So can you?
And he tattooed HT right beside the Funko Pop, right?
Yeah, I was nervous because if you see in the video, I asked him to sign it. Like he signed his real name, and I was like, "Oh God, I'm not going to ask you to text all that." Like in my brain, I was like, "Don't ask, just leave it alone."
Right.
Because he's like Josh, and I was like, "Oh, that's so much."
Has his middle name in there and everything.
Like a legal signature.
But yeah, I was nervous because he could have said no. He could just be like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I've never, especially when he's never tattooed anyone in his life and you're going to be putting needles into someone else's body. But he was just like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, oh.
That's awesome. Yeah,
it's so cool that he got that experience too. Like, got to tattoo you. That's so cool.
Yeah. So
I've never tattooed anybody.
Yeah,
that was one of the coolest parts of the video for me is when he's done and the camera's on him and he's like, hey man, this is like a bucket list. I'm like, wow. I gave Harry Tornado a bucket list. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is really cool. Really cool tattoo there, buddy. Funko Pop and all. And you said you and your tattoo artist designed it, right?
Yeah. So I told him Josh collects a lot of Funko. I have Funko. I was like, let's do him as a Funko. And so I sent him a bunch of pictures from Josh's Instagram. And I was like, do your work.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. So I have a South Carolina hat tattooed on me.
Down there under the shorts where nobody will see it unless you want them to.
Have you been wearing your shorts like short enough to the gym so that everyone
No, not yet. No,
that's pretty short shorts. I mean,
so you wear your mankini to the beach.
That's shorter than Chubby's.
all my non-reseller friends are like, I just don't get it, dude. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry.
It's not for you. Yeah.
It's not a skull and dragon. I'm so sorry.
That's brilliant. Skull and Dragon. Those are awesome too. We've had a lot of people show up, guys, and I'm so glad that you did. Let's see. I know I'm going to miss somebody. Aurora Mech, thank you for showing up. KT Treasures. Profit Monsters. What's up, Drew?
Loving the new logo.
Lisa K. Yeah, that new logo does look very cool. The little monster right there in the O of the Profit.
So cute.
Dan in Demand is here.
Oh, speaking of, whatever you done, I was going to say, when I was doing the hot sauce challenge, somebody asked us a question of who our favorite reseller is and our worst reseller or our least favorite. And I had so much like capsaicin and hot sauce and snot going through my brain that I literally couldn't focus to answer. And I said Hustlin' Hooks. I love Hustlin' Hooks, but my all-time favorite is Dan in Demand. I've been watching his YouTube channel. He cracks me up literally every video.
He's got some really good videos. I just wanted to put that out there.
Dan, you're my favorite.
Excellent. Colin's on the move. I think you might be new. Thanks for showing up tonight.
Hey, Chrissy. She hung out with us. Adam, I'm sure you met her at FlipCon. She was hanging out with us.
Okay. Good deal. Derek's here. Derek or Jasmine, one of the two of them. ATL Flippers. Soon enough, I'm going to be making my way up to Atlanta and hang out with those two. Have some good old picking fun. All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. If you've got a question for Chris, throw it up in the chat. I'm going to change the topic a little bit and switch over to Rachel. And Rachel, I want you to take just a few minutes and talk about your new podcast that you're doing with Angie Resells and with Kristen. And in order to do this, though, I need to... first off, let me find it real quick because somebody made some sort of comment about a podcast with people without beards. Oh, here we go. All right, so find yourself. There you go. Now talk about your podcast with the beard on.
There we are.
You must talk about your podcast with the beard on.
So this is basically the perception of most resellers. Like it seems like you need to be. I look like half of the panel here.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sure.
Gary's the only one that's left out here. You're the only one without a beard now.
That's right.
But women are, although we're like 60 to 70% of the YouTube audience and the reseller audience, we're not represented that way because our voices haven't been loud enough in the past. Like we have no one to blame but ourselves for not being louder on YouTube and Instagram and so on and so forth. And
This is great. I'm sorry.
So
I'm paying attention, but it's very difficult.
I'm trying to hold my face in here. So we are bringing a uniquely female perspective to a reselling podcast. And there's 3 of us. We're totally just janking the idea from trash to cash and from triple thrift. And we're trying to be like these guys without beards. Okay. But no, in all honesty, we hung out a lot at FlipCon and we were just like, we have to do this.
I'll let you relax. There you go.
Thanks.
Thanks for being a sport though, Rachel.
Yeah. It premieres on our new YouTube channel, Let's Do Lunch Podcast, Friday at noon Central.
Oh, wait, look who just showed up. I gotta make sure she saw you. Okay, there you go.
Kristen,
oh, wait a minute. I gotta take her comment away. Where'd it go? There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
there
Kristen's the one that said it. She said you don't have to have a beard to be a reseller.
Yeah. I just need to make sure you saw that, Kristen, because, we could still make it a beard thing. It doesn't matter.
I love it. How did you do this? How do you do something like this on my show?
A lot of trial and error.
That beard looks like Krista's beard, though. Like I feel like you took his beard and made a little floating emoji of it.
I tried to do my best. It worked. Yay! Well, I think one of the best segments of the show is when people come by here and they want to actually see us play a game. So I hope y'all are ready for a game. I hope Chris is ready to take on Rachel and Gary in this game because it is a game of more or less. All right, there you have it, folks. We got our game starting. It's going to be a game called More or Less, where I will share basically a slideshow I put together of 8 to 10 items that I found recently sold on eBay. I'm going to cover up the actual price that it's sold for, okay? And I put a fake price on the screen. And you, Gary, Rachel, and Chris, I'm going to take a tally as to how many you get right. And you have little cards. Everybody show your cards. Make sure you got your cards. And you have to guess, is the price I show on the screen, is the actual retail price more or less than the price I showed on the screen? Okay? You got that? All right, so let's share screen here. Pull up it's just a PowerPoint, nothing fancy. All right, here we go. More or less. I'm going to tell you about this item. I'm going to read the description to you. I'm going to tell you the price, the fake price. While I'm doing all that, you think in your brain, is the actual sold price more or less? And then when I say reveal, you all 3 have to hold it up at the same time. Now, you all have the comments. You can all see the guests' comments, right, on the side of the screen. Mm-hmm. You can use them if you want to cheat. That's no problem. I don't care. No problem at all. All right, here's the first item. First item is a Camelback Hydro Pack hydration bladder, 50 ounces, so it's got the bladder and the backpack, pre-owned, and it's not camo or anything special. It's just blue color, and my fake listing prices or sold price is $30. Now, when I say reveal, I want you to hold up if you think the actual sold price is more or less. All right, reveal. All right. Everybody says more. Well, I think you're all going to be a little disappointed because it is actually less at $19.99.
Probably because it's gross to use a used Camelback. I thought about saying less based off of that alone, but they had free shipping, so I thought maybe more.
Well, Chris, does that surprise you? Clearly it does.
Yeah, because I sell those quite well. When I sold backpacks, we find those all the time. And for the 50 ounce, I think they undersold it. But I'm also, it says pickup, free local pickup. So I'm wondering if they did a $20 pickup. But
that's possible.
That's nuts.
It's sold for less. So nobody got a point on that one, but that was just a warm up one. So I guess that's all right. Let's go to the next one,
guys.
Don't forget to look at the chat. Let's see if anybody in the chat got it right or wrong.
I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not a reseller.
Everybody put more in the chat too, so I stumped people. Maybe this guy just gave a really good discount.
I mean, the Walmart version is more expensive than that.
Yeah, exactly.
What they sold it for. So as a distance runner, I can tell you they undersold that.
It's brand new though. That's Walmart.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, here's the next one. The Harry Potter Ultimate Wizards Collection on DVD, 31 disc box set, plus certificate of authenticity.
Why are there 31 discs?
I'm sure there's a lot to do with behind the scenes, making, stuff like that. Don't show yet, Rachel. So my fake price is $187. So when I say reveal, I want you to hold up more or less. Do you think it sold for more or less? Ready? Reveal. More, and less. So that's Rachel more, Gary more, and Chris less. Let's see what the chat says. We got a couple of mores in here and a couple of lesses. So it's kind of a tie here. Let's see. Somebody's got their phone. Who is it?
I'm so sorry.
I'm eight.
It's okay. It is more. Woo. It actually sold for more.
Crazy.
For $349.99.
It had a certificate of authenticity, like that kind of made it sound like it was something special. Really.
Yeah.
I don't know if it came with it, but still.
So, what is that? A point for Rachel and Gary?
Nerds have money.
Yeah, nerds got money. Nerds will spend money.
Nerds got
money. All right. Number 3. The next item is another Harry Potter something another. It's a Harry Potter book set, paperback book set, mind you. All books 1 through 7, scholastic paperback. In good condition. I guess it's not very good condition. It's not brand new condition. It's not horrible condition either, but it's in good condition. And it's only paperback. Nothing said about first edition or anything like that. I have a price of $15. Do you think the actual sold price is more or less? Ready? Reveal. More, less, and more. All right. So the actual price that it sold for is $23.99. So that's a point for Rachel and a point for Chris. All right.
I remember somebody when I first started watching videos. It was I'm not gonna remember his name because he turned into a Tony Robbins guru when I stopped following him.
Okay.
He kayaks a lot. He's young. Romer. He would always talk about when you find Harry Potter books, you collect them because you can sell the 7 set for more money. So that's why I knew it was more.
There you go. Not just one book, but all of them at once. That's where the money comes in. Lots of people put less in there, though. So I think I tricked a couple of people on that one for some reason. Put me in the chat why you thought that went for less, because I actually picked these up one time, and I think I sold the whole set for closer to $35, $40, but that was years ago. All right, here we go. We have Converse All-Star Chuck Taylor with the Joker on them. All right. I don't think the size says much of a difference, but maybe it does. Size 8 men's, size 10 women's. But I saw these shoes, and I want them. I would wear these all day long, personally. Okay, so I think the sold price is $35. I think this is going to be tough for you guys. But are you ready to reveal? Go ahead, reveal. All right, more, and more. Everybody saw more, and everybody got it right.
Playing as a team.
Everybody got it right.
Usually the
collabs.
what are they called? mix up, or what do they call them? The mash,
Like
the
the
collaboration Converse usually sell for more.
There you go. Was 40 what you were thinking though when you said more? Or were you thinking even
I
more
thought
than
more
that?
than that.
I think it closer to like 50, but I mean, I see there's like 814 shipping, so that's still that's almost 50.
So, if in case this helps with the rest of the game, whenever I pick these items out, I look for the average sold price, and then I find one that's sold in that average, sold price arena. And I don't really take the shipping into consideration. I try to avoid free shipping if I can, but that doesn't always work.
I'm just glad I got the shoe one right, since that's what I sell.
You got the shoe one right. Good job.
And that looks like Dan and Demand's background. Dan, are those your shoes?
Let's see. Back on the Harry Potter, AM Picker said to put less because book market is often competitive or washed out, undercut to try to make the first sale. That's a good point.
Yeah, honestly, somebody probably bought that book set to flip on Amazon for way more.
Probably so. Books go for a lot more on Amazon, don't they? All right, the next item is a Sony under cabinet kitchen CD clock radio with remote, fully tested and works. I have personally sold this particular item. Now, this isn't my sold listing, but I have sold this item. Picked it up, I think, probably when I was picking with Gary out in Opelika, Alabama. How do I remember that? Anyway. So, I suggested $60 for this item. Do you think it sold for more or less? Go ahead and reveal. More, less, and more. All right. So we got 2 mores and 1 less, and 1 person got it right. It was $45.
I thought that was such a bolo.
Yeah, under the kitchen cabinet stuff is usually a big money.
Mm-hmm. Again, that's the average price that I saw it going for with remote. There was a lot listed around the $60 range. That's why I chose that as the fake price, but they're just not getting it.
Dang.
Yep. All right. Numbers. What is this now? I don't know. The next one. How about that? The next one. We have an Abraham Palatnik MCM. What does that stand for?
Mid-century modern.
Thank you. That's why I got Rachel on the show. Mid-century mid-century modern vintage. Okay. Is that an oxymoron?
No, because people might search either one, so you want to include both. But I would have put VTG because I'm like a pro,
Yeah, you are. All right. Mid-century modern vintage camel lucite acrylic figure. Now, I thought it was important to know the size, so I included these 2 pictures down here. It's like 7 by 7.5. I don't know how wide it is, but it's like 7 inches long by 7.5 inches tall. That helps with your decision making. I suggest it goes for $65. And I'm curious if you think it actually sold for more or for less. But before you reveal, I want to go to the chat on this one and see what they say.
Yeah, I'm phoning a friend. I'm checking the chat.
Let's see.
Oh, I think I got this one.
Oh, yeah? Let's see. We got KT Treasure says more. Robert says less. Dan says less. I buy shit. Chit. We got a couple of mores, less. Man, he got me on that one, didn't he? Yeah. All right. I can't tell if it's split or not. Okay, what do you think? Go ahead and reveal. More, less, more. All right. Rachel says more. Chris says more. And the answer is more at $95.
That would be broken in the first 12 seconds at the bins.
$95. Is lucite glass?
No, lucite is a plastic type. It's a strong acrylic, really. And the 2, I can see why they put both in the title, because sometimes you get it and you can't tell which one it is. Like my bar stools at my house are acrylic. I'm obsessed with vintage acrylic, and that definitely helped this one. I'm sure the artist helped it. The design is just epic. I would have a hard time selling that. I would have kept it.
So I tried to trick y'all on this one because I didn't know who Abraham Palatnik. I don't even think I'm saying his name right. Sorry about that. Brazilian artist, and apparently, like, this is all he makes, and he's known for. I mean, like, millionaire off these little acrylic lucite figurines. So I thought that was really neat. A little bit of a lesson for me. I'll look out for him in the future. You actually. I guess it's something I should actually put in the segment later for Hot and Not, but he signs on PAL, and so that's how you can identify him if you see something like this in the store, y'all.
You should be able to remember that.
You should buy some from him and then add Baldy above it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's brilliant. I think you would just reduce the price of it if I did that, though. All right. The next item. This one's going to be a tough one, guys. I'm going to tell you straight up. It's going to be tough. Carrie, the book,
edition.
signed by Stephen King. First edition printing.
What's NFNF?
I think that must have. I don't.
So it's a
What?
near fine.
Near fine?
Yeah.
Is that like EUC stands for
It's like the
excellent use
grade?
condition?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So near fine. Okay, so I guess if it says very good, so it's in very good condition, y'all. But it's signed, right? How much does a first print Carrie signed by Stephen King go for? I said $2,525 because you know me and the book guy that I am. That's how much I'd pay for it, right? But how much do you think it actually sold for? More or less? Go ahead and reveal.
I'm gonna try to give Stephen King a lot of credit here. He better not fail me.
All right, so we got 2 mores and 1 less.
I love them, but that's crazy.
Well, before I show the
You could buy a
price,
Honda for that.
let's show this. It got 18 bids. I don't know. It might be the font may be small, but it got
Oh,
18
so the people went crazy
bids.
for it.
Yep.
I still think less.
It is a first edition too.
All
And
right.
it's scary. It's not like a weird book.
First print.
$4,175.
Now you could buy a Mitsubishi for that.
So,
What?
really, is that how much a Mitsubishi costs?
I
Is
mean, the
$4,000?
right one. Old-
Who got that? Gary and Rachel?
Yeah, I got that
I
one.
did not. That's insanity.
Isn't that nuts? I wouldn't nowhere close. I wouldn't even pay the $2,000 for a book, man. I don't. Gary, you got a book collection, but would Stephen King first edition signature be something you would look for in your collection?
I would. I mean, he's a renowned author. Plenty of movies, plenty to back it up. Again, it's also a first edition, first printing. Those are the rarest of when it comes to the books. Anytime you get a good author with that. So a first edition is a first edition. The first edition just means that they came out with this. And so that means that they could have printed off however many, iterations of that book before they got to a second edition where they revised it, did different artwork or whatnot, corrected typos. So to get the first edition, first printing is a big deal. To have it signed on top of that is a very big deal.
All right.
So, I
There
mean,
you
I
have
had
it.
no idea
Rare
this
on
show was
rare.
going to be so educational, but I just
Yeah.
learned something.
Bama nailed it. I was about to say the same thing. Nerds got money. I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. Flip the word. Nerds got money.
So Adam, you
That's
remember
nuts.
how we found the Tom Clancy books, The Hunt for Red October. They're a first edition, first printing of that book. The book by itself is worth about $500, right? Just being a first edition, first printing.
Wow.
If Tom Clancy had signed it, I mean, you can almost name your price at that.
Yep.
You're climbing into the thousands at that point.
Yeah. Is Carrie the first book Stephen King ever wrote? I'm not familiar with Stephen King.
I don't think it was.
Didn't he have one about a car before that?
Yeah, I think
Christine.
Christine was the
Christine.
first one. Let's have the chat figure
Why would
it
I
out.
know that? I hate horror stuff. I don't even. If that's right,
His,
then I would-
his son, he doesn't go by the same name of his father. His son just did his debut movie called The Black Phone. That's Stephen King's son. I
Wow.
love
Crazy.
horror and hot sauce. That's my
I
thing.
just keep learning stuff tonight.
Well, I know that the Hunt for Red October, the book that we found, Gary, isn't that his first book for Tom
Yes.
Clancy?
Yeah, it was
So
Tom Clancy's
that brings
first
up the
book.
value a lot too. First book he ever wrote, first edition of it. So
And in a first printing. That's super big. And
Yeah.
that particular book, and I know I'm going on and on about this, but that particular book was also not originally sold, to my understanding. It was originally distributed to certain people, like mostly military folks. And that's, I think, how we got it. I found mine in the Columbus Goodwill, so here by Fort Benning. You
Yep.
found yours in Panama City,
I
which
found
is by
mine.
the Naval base.
that's right.
Yeah.
So both of them were right beside military places. All right. Y'all didn't know y'all can come here for an education on books, did you?
I'm excited about it. I love to learn stuff.
Bolo first edition, first printing Stephen King. Yeah.
All right. Well, the next one, Gary, is probably going to be right up your aisle, but I have no idea if you're going to know the actual price of this or not. This is a James Bond 24 film 007 collection on Blu-ray, new, sealed. And it is, I put down here from the description that it's Dr. No through Spectre. So 24 films, James Bond, Dr. No. Who was in Dr. No, Gary? Hurry. You're the
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, okay.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery all the way through Daniel Craig, Inspector. 24 films, brand new, Blu-ray. I say $95 is the sale price. Do y'all think it's more or less? Go ahead and reveal.
I think it's tight on this, but I'm gonna go. If I get this wrong, I have to rub my 007 tattoo off, right?
Oh, that'd be kind of difficult. All right, so let's see. Rachel's currently in the lead with 5. Gary could tie that, and we got one more after this. You could take the lead. Chris, right now, you're just looking to tie it.
I'm just here for fun. No.
All right, the actual sold price was $48.99, which is less.
Where's that at? I need to go buy that.
It just seems like it was too new because you said Blu-ray, and I was like, that's nothing special. I feel like you could probably buy that at Best Buy today.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris and Rachel, you both got a point on that one.
Before we go on, I feel like Chris could probably do a really good Sean Connery impression for some reason. Would you?
I just need a line. Like all I know is from Indiana Jones. I've never watched 007.
Does someone have a line for him? I don't. I just feel like he could do it.
Frankly, dear, I don't give a damn.
I don't know. That's pretty good. Good job, Chris.
He's got
all right.
He talks with a lot of spit in his mouth, I feel like.
He sure does. Does he now?
Frankly, ma'am.
Well, you know what? Rachel, looks like you got this one. We got one left, and the guys have got 4 points. You got 6. There's no way they can catch up. But let's look at this last one anyway, because I was blown away.
Well, I wasn't good in school. That's why I'm a reseller.
The last item is
I know this
Funko Pop. Funko Pop, Stranger Things Eddie. Looks like only at Target. And I say $75, and I think that's paying up for it personally. So I put $75, but do you think the actual sold price is more or less than $75? Ready? Reveal. More. Everybody said more.
That Target stuff sells out. Those girls are in line when they open.
The what? The Target
stuff sells out. They don't restock. It just sells out. I feel like
Chris, what do you think the actual price is?
They were selling for like $125 and up.
All right. And Gary, you just wrote more because you just think more?
Yeah, I mean, I have some friends that are big into Funko Pops, and they're the dudes that stand in line for these types of things. And I know that whenever a special edition hits, as Rachel mentioned, Target, people will line up. So an exclusive like that, I'm leaning toward up.
All right.
Things is also popular, right?
Well, the actual sold price is $110.
Nice.
$110.
I was slipping. I forgot that before they came out with the last 2 episodes, they dropped this pop, and I should have gone to all the Targets and collected them because I forgot that he was going to, I think it's been
spoilers. No spoilers.
I forgot that he was going to be in the last 2 episodes, and I should have stocked up, and I didn't.
I feel like there's such an overlap in Funko nerds and Stranger Things nerds too that like that collab had to blow up. Like it had to be big.
Yeah, I've seen it. I just didn't want to throw any spoilers out there because I know there's some people out there who haven't quite finished it yet. Though I think you're right. Enough time has gone by that if you haven't, you're not going to anytime soon. So, well, the reveal is Rachel. You had 7 points.
Let's go.
Gary and Chris, you tied with 5 points. And that, my friends, is how you play more or less. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the game and come back next week. Now, before this game is over, I'm going to throw a surprise out there. You guys are not allowed to answer this question. I had it set up for the tiebreaker, but since we didn't need it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a giveaway for I see 29 people in the chat. All right, so before I do this, I want to make this disclaimer. Guys, it's going to be one of those where the first person who enters the right answer wins. And I want you all to understand and realize that it's what we see on our end. And you may see it on your side first because your internet's faster before it comes through and comes to us. Okay? So I just want to throw that disclaimer out there because you may see the answer on your screen was faster than the people we say, but we're going to go with the people, the four of us see. Now, I'm going to go into the private chat, guys. Y'all see the private chat over there?
Yeah.
I'm going to put the answer in the private chat so that you can help me find who said it first, all right? There we go. It's in the private chat now. So here is... It's a giveaway, and what am I going to give away? I should have said that. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm going to give away a BaldyPal t-shirt. I'm going to give away a BaldyPal t-shirt. So
I was just wishing tonight that I had one of those. I wore a cha-ching t-shirt, and I was like, I don't have a BaldyPal t-shirt.
Well, that's a cool t-shirt, too. I got a blue one just with the yellow collar. So whoever answers this trivia question first in the chat will get a BaldyPal picking t-shirt. You can email me at BaldyPal at gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram and we'll make the arrangements that way to get you the shirt. But here is the trivia question. What year was eBay founded? Go. First person in the chat. I gave you the...
And go.
Yeah. What? I don't see anybody. Come on.
I see
Who
upstate.
says it?
Upstate Scavenger.
Upstate Scavenger. Oh, they just came blowing in.
His was the
His
very
internet
first.
was the
Yeah, he
fastest.
was
He's
still
on
the first.
broadband.
752. Yeah, he got it.
Someone's got Starlink.
I still see Robert. Upstate Scavenger is still the first.
Yeah.
Although there's a lot of right answers in there. Do y'all confirm that too? Upstate Scavenger?
Yeah, that's on mine too. He's got fast internet.
Yeah, he does. All right, that's it. 1995. That was the answer. Good
It was
job,
a good
buddy.
year.
It was a good year. I was 15.
I was 10.
15 here.
Chris?
I'm doing the math in my head.
All right.
13.
Robert, reach out to me on Instagram or email me at baldypal@gmail.com, and we will work out the details to get you that BaldyPal picking t-shirt. All right, guys?
Congrats, Robert.
Congratulations. Well, let's do another segment I like to call Hot or Not. If you guys got some hot or not items you want to talk about tonight? I know Rachel said
so.
she did.
Yeah, I thought of a couple.
All right, here we go. We're going to do a quick little oldie here.
Hot or not?
All right. I think that's from like 2004
Classic, yeah.
or something like that.
Reaching back in the Wayback Machine.
All right, so hot and not. This is where we share with you guys items, not just bolos, but things that we've tried and they've failed and flopped. And that way you can learn what to just completely disregard whenever you are at the thrift store. All right, so I don't mind starting it off. I have a not I want to begin with, and that is there is a Jurassic World Tyrannosaurus Rex figure from 2015 that you should stay away from. Even though it's Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, this particular one, I don't know what it is, but maybe that model is just in abundance. But if you
He's
look
like,
up,
I got it.
yes, you got it. Is that the 2015 one? Turn it around. Let me see the other side.
It looks epic.
No, that's not the same one. That's not the same one.
This is 2015, but it's got the when you push the button, it's
Your dogs.
Well, okay. I need to be more specific then. The one I'm referring to does not have a Jurassic Park logo on his foot, but he has JW written on his leg.
Oh, okay.
And he has Hasbro on his belly. So if you don't see that what is it, the skeleton head on his foot, I say just avoid that. Even though it is actual Jurassic World, just avoid it. It's not worth it. It's not going for anything. It's like scraps. $10 plus shipping, maybe if you're lucky. So that's my not. Stay away from those. You got something, Rachel?
Yeah.
Hot or not, either one?
Hello. How about not? Especially since it sounds so much like a really hot brand, because my hot and not sound similar. New with tags, LuLaRoe. Please stay away from it, guys. Like, it was garbage when people were selling it in their living rooms. It is garbage today. You could easily run across an entire rack of it at the thrift store, and that's because the person that signed up to MLM it was stuck with it. Okay, stay away from new with tags, LuLaRoe, unless it's like maybe a Disney print. Some of those can still fetch a little bit of money, but for the most part, I'm just broad speaking here, stay away from it.
Stay away from LuLaRoe. So you specified new with tags. Is that because even pre-owned is no good, and maybe
and you know how excited people get when they see something new with tags?
Yeah.
LuLaRoe sounds so much like Lululemon, and maybe you're not familiar with women's clothes, and you hear one, and you're like, oh, I know that's a bolo. LuLaRoe is not a bolo, even if it's new with tags. Just leave it at the thrift store.
There you have it. Avoid the LuLaRoe. Gary, Chris, you got anything you want to share, hot or not, or both?
I've got a hot real quick I'll throw out there. So I've been playing a lot of golf lately. I know that there's some golf fans in the chat. Adam and I, you and I have been playing a lot of golf lately.
Yeah, we have.
Coming up should be fun. So this is a golf brand, and it's one that, it's funny, it actually kind of slipped through the cracks with me for a while, but it's called Travis Matthew. If you haven't heard of Travis Matthew, basically they do golf apparel in general, but it's a little bit more high-end golf apparel, a little bit more toward the fashion side of things. So if you ever see something, a polo shirt, T-shirts, anything related to it, I believe they even make shoes and things like that now too. Look for Travis Matthew out there.
Travis Matthew. Now, do you know if you know how they have a lot of course logos stitched onto FootJoys?
Yes.
Do you know if courses are using Travis Matthew polos for the same thing? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know offhand.
Okay. I'd be willing to bet, though, if they did and you saw one, it's got to be the same theory. Don't pick it up if it's embroidered with a custom course unless you know that course, and that course is like a very popular course, right?
Yeah, I think with this particular brand, you may be able to get away with it because of the fact that Travis Matthew is a little bit more high-end. I think people will be more interested in having the actual polo shirt itself versus, say, a FootJoy, which may be, $20 polo or something like that. These are going to reach out a little bit further than that.
It's hot and new. Chris, you got anything, hot or not?
I got a couple knots off the top of my head. I was trying to think of a hot, but again, I kind of put blinders on and only sell the same thing over and over.
That's all good. I'm sure there's lots of people that do the same thing that you're talking about.
90% of pink by Victoria's Secret is a knot.
Well, that's good to know because my wife wears a lot of that. And I thought
a lot of that stuff doesn't resell, like the pants, the sleepwear, the joggers.
The bedding, though, is absolutely insane.
See, that's like the 10% that
yes.
Usually like the athletic pink hoodies will sell.
The bedding?
Yeah.
If you find a pink comforter or bed sheets, get that stuff listed high.
I just totally learned something new. I was not thinking anything outside the realm of clothing for that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, literally anything you can slap a pink leg, they sell now. Like most brands. I think I think most people now in the shoe world are familiar with Hey Dude.
Yep.
But before those shoes came out, Olakai has been making those same exact style shoes for a lot longer. But Hey Dude's more popular and easier to pronounce. So that's a brand that, and it's real easy. It's just the fishing hook, like Moana.
The Moana shoe. Okay, got you.
But they're the same. They're basically, they look like Hey Dudes. They also make like thong sandals and things like that. But that's a hot brand that I'm finding a lot of.
That's a good one. I just found a pair of Hey Dudes that fit me in the store in the Goodwill for $6. Yep. I wouldn't have bought them brand new for myself, but because I found them in Goodwill for $6, I was
Are you going to wear them?
Yeah, I washed them and then wore them. Yeah,
they're the worst, Adam. Don't wear those shoes.
Did you see Josh and his brand new Hey Dudes at FlipCon?
No,
they were like spanking brand new. I made him take them off in my hotel room because I was like, dude, you're gonna get ink all over those.
Why are they the worst, Rachel? Because they're just bad
not
support.
Attractive shoes. They're up there with Crocs.
I imagine where do they rank on the Crocs scale?
Yeah, they're a 2. They're not it.
I imagine after like 10 wears, they're gonna smell pretty bad.
If we were all in our 14, 15, 16, 17 stage, that's all they want to wear, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, my 17-year-old, he has, and I'm not even joking, like 6 or 7 different pairs of Hey Dudes.
My 16-year-old is all Jordans and Yeezys. Like, he saves his money to get them.
I'm all about buying beaters that are like really like hype shoes and then wearing them with dirt and like people getting real mad. Like these are like $250 shoes. I paid $2 for them. and people are mad because I don't clean them. I'm just like,
I love it.
Because collectors get mad because they're not clean.
Oh yeah, they're like, dude, your shoes. I'm like, I know, they're on my feet.
So
What size are you, Chris?
11.
Hmm.
So I find like a lot of beater Jordans and stuff like that, and no one picks those up at the bins. We always grab them because I'm Team Reebok. I have been since I was a kid, so Nike's not really my thing. So if I wear Nikes, I want them to look really, really bad.
That's hilarious. I think you might get a lot of slack for the comment about Hey Dudes and Crocs, though, Rachel.
I feel like most of the chat is gonna agree with me. Do you guys like Hey Dudes or not? Like, comment, let us know.
I like selling them, and I like going, hey, dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
dude.
would
No,
rather
they sell
wear-
well. I
I
agree.
would rather be caught in public with Hey Dudes versus Crocs. That's me. I don't own a pair of Crocs. Never have. Never will.
There's Crocs all over my house. The kids love them. Stacy loves them.
But
I do
like
not
the
own a
Crocs,
pair.
the Crocs that aren't like the clog garden shoe, like Crocs flip flops, are such a good recovery shoe for running. Like they're the most cushiony. They're better than UFOs. Like they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
think
think
that's
Crocs.
what-
Crocs did catch my eye with those Croc Western boots. I'm just saying.
What?
What? I never saw that.
They're
I
called
was actually,
wear those.
Yeah, they're called Croots.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I haven't had good luck with reselling any kind of Croc shoe other than those boat shoes. Like I've seen like Mary Jane type shoes or the flip flops, and I can't get them to sell. But you're saying that they're really good recovery shoes for runners and stuff like that. But have y'all tried to resell Crocs other than the boat shoes, and have you had any luck with it?
I mean,
No,
we'll
I
sell
never
the
picked
Mary
a Croc.
Janes and the flats and the sandals, but again, we get them for, well, it used to be like a buck or less, and now it's free. So I just get them because if I list them for
He's just
like
rubbing it in again, isn't he?
yeah, if I list them for $15, they sell immediately, so it's just instant money.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And again, I
Okay.
try to look at eBay like a stock. So if I'm buying a stock of Croc for $1 and I sell it for 15, I just made $14 and I move on.
Hey, that's such a good outlet.
That is good. Well, I have one more hot item. Rachel, I didn't know if you maybe had one more or not, but the brand I have come across recently is called Johnny O. And I think it's a surfer or a beach type clothing wear. They make shorts and polo shirts, and I haven't seen t-shirts, though I've seen them on eBay. But Johnny O, and it's JOHNNY-O, and it sells for more than just a regular polo. I mean, I've sold the polos for around the $30-$35 mark, and the shorts I've got listed and actively selling around the $25-$30 mark. So, I mean, they're a little bit more above your, Polo Ralph Lauren or your Lacoste or other things like that. So Johnny O is a good hot item.
Nice.
Yeah, I was thinking, since I tried to make mine so similar, I wanted to talk for a second about Lululemon. I was in a girl's whatnot the other day, and she was selling some leggings, and she said, I have no idea what these 3 stripes mean, but I'm starting these at like $2. Guys, they're up to $6, and my internet froze. I wasn't able to buy them. They were Lululemon.
Yeah.
She didn't know. So if you see 3 stripes on women's athletic wear, here's the deal with Lululemon though. Like the cropped leggings, that is the ones that hit like between your knee and your ankle. Just leave them. 9 times out of 10, they're not worth what you're going to pay for them at Goodwill. But if they're the full length legging, or if they are like a newer design top, or like the hoodies, the long sleeve shirts, even like the jackets, even the little shopping bags. I listed 8 of the shopping bags yesterday. Anything with Lululemon, almost other than those crop leggings, just leave the crop leggings. But the rest of the stuff is good. And you need to be able to identify the sizing on them because it's different. And they do have men's Lululemon also. And those 3 stripes are Lululemon. So don't leave it behind.
Well, I'll have to admit that, I probably wouldn't be able to identify the crop leggings just holding them up on the hanger in the store because I'm like, well, it could just be a short lady who these belong to, I wouldn't know. And I'm not going to try them on in the dressing room to find
don't
out
do
by
that.
myself. Christy actually said, if I can find it again, she said that the wedge heels, Crocs wedge heels sell real fast. So, Christy, I'm interested, what is the price mark of those wedge heels? I'll start looking for those more often. I'm glad she mentioned that because I was really only looking at boat shoes.
Yeah, like she's talking about the wedges, and that's what my flip-flops are. And I'm not kidding you. I've had them since I was pregnant with Israel, so I've had them almost 7 years. And I'm desperate to find a second pair.
Oh,
like
yeah?
they're wedges, like what she's
What
talking
size
about.
are you? We'll be on the
A
lookout.
10, a women's 10, if you find some that
All
aren't
right.
totally trashed.
There you go. If anybody's got a pair in your eBay store, drop a link or hit up Rachel on Instagram. She'll buy them from you. AM Pickers, I had much love and respect for the bearded Superman until tonight at Drew Strickland. Oh, I wonder what Drew's doing to make people mad out here in the
I saw him
chat.
say he would never wear Hey Dudes, and I bet he made some enemies too.
I just wear them whenever I'm getting ready to go play golf. That's in around the house. I don't wear
I
them
can
out.
see that.
Is it real golf or disc golf? Because I'm learning about all these new different variations of golf.
The real golf. Gary and I actually play as a scramble team on golf every now and again.
And we won our championship this past time.
Getting pretty
We won
damn
we
good
won our
at it,
division
too,
of the
man.
league.
Come
That's right.
guys.
Took first place this past season. Whoop,
Do
whoop.
any of you three guys play disc golf?
I
No.
never have, but I'm willing to.
I don't
It'd
throw
be fun.
frisbees.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think you're allowed to resell anymore if you don't. So
Hey, I've got a
figure it
beard.
out,
I'm allowed to resell.
Just because I look like a hippie doesn't mean I want to be one.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for tonight's show. I really do appreciate everybody who came by and chatted with us in the comments. I hope that if you haven't already, go to these 3 YouTube channels and subscribe, because I can guarantee you will not regret it. Their content is awesome. It's excellent. Gary is actually working on getting to his 1,000 mark. He's at what? You just hit 800 if I'm not mistaken.
819 as of today.
And he's already got the watch hours, y'all. He's already got the watch hours because he's got some awesome content on Jeeping and Wheeling. And FYI, if you didn't know why he's here, it's because reselling is how he got to the Jeeps and the Wheeling, right? That's how he funds that. And that's what I love about reselling, is you can use it to fund your hobbies and the fun things that you do in life, right? Closing comments, Chris, I got one closing question for you, and it's kind of on the spot. It's not that hard. What is your claim to fame? What is something that you are the most proud of?
Still being alive.
Okay.
No.
Is it a hairy tornado tattoo with a signature on it?
It's up there. It's got to be up there.
No, because believe it or not, I actually have I have a Ronnie Coleman. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's an eight-time bodybuilder champion.
Okay. No,
I actually
do
have
not
a Ronnie
know.
Coleman tattoo, and I met him and I showed it to him, and he has a voice like Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Okay.
he's older now, but when I showed it to him, he goes, "That's pretty sweet,"
That's pretty sweet.
and
I like that.
it made my day. But no,
That's awesome.
I don't know, surviving. Still having Stacy and a family. That's pretty amazing to me. That because I'm a loose cannon, man. I knew very young that I didn't plan to live to be old, so just live life really crazy and hope for the best.
Well, it looks like you're doing great and having fun doing it too.
I had to show these because I saw someone comment. They're probably not here anymore. So I literally found these at the bins yesterday. Just so you know, these are 1985, the very first year that Michael Jordan's shoe was created. 1985 Sky One Jordans.
So epic.
Wow.
I feel like you need to offer those to Dylan with Dalton because he collects baby Jordans.
Yeah, but I also think he's a serial killer, so I can't contribute
Oh,
to
maybe.
that.
I don't know.
No, I'm going to get a little glass display. Again, I don't like Nike, so I'm going to get a glass display, and I'm probably going to try to sell them like that because if somebody wants to pay me like $2,000 for these, like I will ship them to them.
100%.
That is awesome.
epic.
Great find, buddy. Great find.
No,
All
I
right,
got 'em.
Rachel, Gary, any closing comments? Want to shout out your YouTube or anything like that?
First of all, can I just say thank you so much for asking me to be here? And
Absolutely.
I'm so stoked about this. I can't wait to just like see what this whole series on your channel is like and interviewing these different guests. And you guys are so fun to hang out with. Thanks for everyone that showed up in the chat. Definitely check out my channel, Rachel Strickland. But more than anything, guys, we would love your subscription over on the Let's Do Lunch podcast here on YouTube.
Yep. And your first show is Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
It's Friday at noon. I'm so excited. I'm live tomorrow night. If you guys don't have anything to do tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central, come hang out with me.
There you go. We'll be there. Gary, how you doing, man? What's your channel?
Man, I'm doing good. So yeah, same thing. It's good to have the show back. Yeah, good to be back in the swing. When you messaged me about it, I was like, yeah, absolutely, let's do this. I was even ready last week. I thought you were going to have the show last week, and I was like, dude, I'm at my computer.
He was gung ho, man. He texted me at like at like 8:05. He's like, "Where you at, man? Where you at?"
Yeah. So I was ready to rock. Yeah. So anyway, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate your subscription on Dixie Overland out on YouTube. It's a channel where we go wheeling, have adventures. I show you all kinds of things related to the Jeep community, including the latest show that we were at, which was the biggest Jeep show in the world. Almost 30,000 Jeeps showed up to Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and you can see all of it on my channel on the latest video that's out there. So go check it out.
Are you one of the duck people?
I kind of fall where I don't mind getting them. I saw this one meme today. It was pretty funny. It says, "Son, you'll be a man one day," and he says, "Dad, I'm 32." And he says, "Yeah, but you have children's bath toys in your dashboard."
Yeah.
So,
Gary, is it okay? Like, can we still be friends? I bought a Bronco.
I saw that. I did scope your Instagram.
I told Gary, don't bring that up.
Here's the thing. I actually like the Bronco. I do.
I wave at Jeep owners, especially if they have the top down.
Oh yeah. Look, anything that gets people out.
I messed up my camera.
That gets people off-roading and doing things like that. Yeah. I think that's fantastic. And honestly, I'm glad that Ford has released a Bronco because it gives competition to Jeep.
Absolutely.
And it's going to raise Jeep's game way up here. And so I know that if I buy a product in the future from Jeep or from Ford, maybe it's going to be the highest quality level that they can offer. So for me, I like it being out there. I'll wheel with the Bronco anytime you want.
They killed the Bronco after the whole OJ thing, and then they brought it back. It looks completely different.
Right.
Oh man, mine looks so old school. I ordered black on black, and it looks so old school and black.
It's sharp. It is sharp. I saw it. Yeah, it looks good. They should have an OJ edition Bronco. I'm just white on white, with the badging, everything. That would be brilliant.
I'm sure somebody would buy it too.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
It would sell like hotcakes.
They have to make it a special edition.
I can't leave the show without saying you have the second best radio voice of any reseller. I got to give the first one to Carry American Arbitrage. Every reel he does, I'm like, dude, this sounds like I'm listening to the radio. You have a radio voice. You should do voice work.
Gary's never heard that before.
No, not at all. I actually did a radio spot a couple of weeks ago for an event that we're having for 9/11 coming up. And the DJ, he said to me, so you've done this before, right? I said,
you sound like you've done it.
And I said, truth be told, I've never been in a radio station at all. And he says, well, you've got it. He says, so if you ever want it, you won't make a lot of money. He says, but you'll, you've definitely got it. So I will say, if I can give a quick shout out to a thing, if you haven't gone out and listened to their podcast, is the Jeep Talk Show. They're a off-road 4x4 type show. They do a show every single week, and they allow participation every week on a roundtable conversation every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central. One thing I got to do last night is I got to talk to the head of brand for Jeep. Like, I actually got to talk to this guy. He is the guy who decides what models go into the, into the world. And I actually got to chat with him via this show. So go out there and show some love to the Jeep Talk Show if you are interested in off-roading or anything like that.
Excellent. All right, guys. We do this every other Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. The next time we have a show, a rural squirrel. Kristen, a rural squirrel, will be our guest. So you don't want to miss out. Make sure to check out our social medias. We'll remind you so that you won't miss out. All right, guys. Everybody have a great night. Thanks again. Y'all stay safe out there and have fun picking.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks.